We have been open since 2015. We're an NCG co-op, a full-service grocery store, natural and organic, in a beautifully dynamic and diverse neighborhood in the beautifully dynamic and diverse city of Durham, North Carolina. I was asked to address the question of how we build a store that welcomes everybody, which is funny for me because it is literally the thing we talk about most at our store and the central question that we have built the store around. So maybe that's why they thought I should talk about this. Okay, so when you are thinking about building a store that welcomes everybody, building a store that serves everybody, if I have one piece of advice that I can fit into this 4-minute speech, it's that if you want to serve somebody, hire them and bring them inside the store, because there is absolutely no better way to make sure you know what you don't know, and we don't know a lot of things. We have put together, this is a slightly low-res version of this photo, but I'm so proud of it. It makes me, honestly, I'm not cry by looking at this photo. This is a most recent version of this. We just took this photo a couple months ago. We have put together just the most extraordinary staff of people, both because we built a staff around the idea that we wanted to represent all of Durham. That if we were going to be a store that served everybody, we needed to know that full perspective. And when you do that, when you build a staff as dynamic and diverse as a city like Durham, you build in a lot of complicated conversations, and you better be ready for them, and you better love them, and we do. And we have them all the time, every day. And we make life harder for ourselves every time we make it, those things come up. And it's the only way that we get to be a place that really starts to reflect what our community is all about and face up to the ways that we are not yet meeting our goals. The other thing I would say after hiring a staff that reflects your whole community is make welcoming the whole community in the central focus of your market. That if you're not doing that, I don't know what you are doing. And so that comes first for us over and over. And by that, I mean we come back on it with every decision we make all the time. I'm going to tell you a story. I will warn you that this is a topic that has hard issues built into it. We can sort of talk about it like it's all happiness. And in fact, it's not all happiness, because you have to at some point recognize that the opposite of this story is that we are, in fact, excluding people even when we don't mean to. And that you find out that you're excluding people often in ways that surprise you. So some of you might have heard this story before, but just about a year after we opened, we were doing this sort of training that everybody in co-op land tells you to do. We did what's called the 10-4 rule, which means when you're 10 feet from a customer, you're supposed to nod at them and smile. And then when you get 4 feet away, you're supposed to say something. And the thing that you're encouraged to say is some version of, can I help you? And we were doing this because we were, training our whole staff on customer service. This is what you do. Can I help you? And we were noticing after a while that not often, but noticeably, there was a pattern that every once in a while a customer would respond, do I look like I need help? And that if you looked at who was saying that, there was a clear demographic pattern. And what we realized was that there was an experience that some people were having in stores like ours, and in some cases in ours, that made them feel scrutinized. There was a feeling of, I'm maybe not supposed to be here, maybe I don't fit in right, maybe you think I'm trying to steal something, or you have your eye on me. And we realized that we were failing to welcome those people, that those people did not feel welcome in our store. So we went back to the drawing board and we said, what is it that we need to say to every customer to get to a place where they know that that's the customer that we are seeking to serve? And we completely revamped our extremely minimal customer service training and started a different way. And we now teach every member of staff on their first day orientation. It's supposed to happen within 90 days of hire, and it usually does. That the thing we want them to say is whatever it takes to get that person to know that they're welcome here. So the training goes, after you get done with the welcome, you can get down to business, but your first job, your number one job, is to say something like, hi, welcome to the co-op, come on in, or nice to see you, I'm glad to have you here. And it's that simple thing to turn that on its head, to say, whatever it is I have to say to you, the first job that I have, and really my primary job, is to make sure to make sure that you know that you're the person I want here. I have a million other stories I'd be happy to tell, but I think that's my 5 minutes, so I'm going to get off the stage.